What is going on, everybody? So, it seems like it's very clear that WB really wants to do Roman Reigns versus The Rock, but in this video, I want to name 10 stars that WB could put in The Rock's place should the former WWE champion not agree on doing the match. And that's what we're going to break down in this video. So, let's get into it. At number 10, you have Bobby Lashley. Now, they've done this match in the past, but they haven't done it really recently. And Lashley, he is definitely a contender in this argument, although you can make the case that they're going to save the trilogy match with him and Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania. But if you needed a big name, a big guy, a worthy guy that could be like go in there and take the WB title off of Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley's your guy. At number 9, we have Austin Theory. Now, I know that he is rumored to take on John Cena at WrestleMania, but look, WB is pushing this guy as the future guy. When Vinnie Mac was still in charge, he thought that he could be the next John Cena, and Triple H is clearly behind Austin Theory as well, so you can't rule out him for a match with the big dog. Number 8, we have Gunther. He's been pushed as a top guy since his main roster debut. He's been pushed as a top guy ever since he joined WB when he was working at, NXT UK and in NXT, and that was mostly booked under Triple H. He's a guy that can go out there and have a banger after banger after banger match like he's showed with Sheamus before. And I think he'd be a worthy contender for Roman Reigns. 7. Number 7 is Karrion Kross. Now, they teased him going after the undisputed WWE Universal Championship when he first made his main roster return, or his WWE return, rather, but he really hasn't. He went and feuded with Drew McIntyre. Now he's kind of floundering, but Triple H is clearly high on this guy, and I don't ever rule out Karrion Kross getting a major push by Triple H at any given time, including WrestleMania. Number 6, Drew McIntyre. Now, I know. They just did a match at Clash at the Castle, and, he was supposed to win the title that night, but WWE decided not to do so. I get it. But Drew McIntyre is one of the biggest stars that the company has. They know that they can draw money with a McIntyre-Reigns feud. I don't necessarily see it happening at WrestleMania, but you can't rule it out. Number 5, I'm taking a gamble, Solo Sikoa. In recent weeks, he's kind of been hiding away from the bloodline. Whenever they would come out, he wouldn't be wearing their colors. I noticed that on an episode of SmackDown recently. Or he's off to the side when they're doing their promos. You can't rule it out, right? He didn't want to be part of the bloodline when they first pitched him the idea a few years back, but then he joined earlier this year. I just don't rule it out. Solo Sikoa, he could be a guy. At number 4, we have Kevin Owens. Now, he's been feuding with the Bloodline as of late. There's a little bit of speculation, and this could be dating this video a little bit, that, he could face Kevin Owens perhaps at Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. But if WB wanted to, they could hold it out for WrestleMania. Obviously, there was that incident at the Survivor Series War Games where Owens popped Reigns in the jaw, and he thought he, busted an eardrum and everything like that, and there was a little bit of backstage drama, but they could hold it out. Now, at number 3, I have Sami Zayn, and really, admittedly, I believe that they'll do Zayn versus Reigns at the Elimination Chamber event in February, just because it's in Zayn's hometown, but this has been such a good feud. Or storyline rather, that will turn into a feud with Zayn being aligned with the bloodline. It's been so good, and we got to enjoy it while it lasts. At number 2, we have Bray Wyatt. Look, top guy. He's been pushed strongly ever since. It's one of the biggest matches that WWE can do. Bray really doesn't have a clear-cut direction right now headed into WrestleMania because he's feuding with LA Knight, but they could pull the trigger on that and they could draw some serious interest. If this is not a Mania match, it's definitely a SummerSlam or a big stadium show match. And at number 1, you probably predicted it, Cody Rhodes. Ever since Rhodes came back to WB, he's been talking about getting the WB Championship. He's been sidelined with a torn pec. He is expected to return at the Royal Rumble, and most people think, including myself, if The Rock doesn't want to come back and do the WrestleMania 39 match, then you have Rhodes return at the Royal Rumble, earn the championship match, and then cash in on his dream, do something that his father never did, and that was become WB champion.